New York Women in Film and Television Brunch, sponsored by HerFlix. Miss Fox, you've had an amazing experience with your film.
It has been. It's wonderful to be here at the Hamptons Film Festival.
Tell us about your journey.
Sure. The film is called My Reincarnation, and I started filming it in 1989 and filmed for 20 years a father-son story. The father is a Tibetan Buddhist teacher, and the son is an ordinary kid who wants to be ordinary but was recognized as the reincarnation of the father's uncle at birth, and he doesn't want anything to do with that. And the film really chronicles the son's change and waking up to this other life over 20 years.
This is powerful. Yeah. That's the reason why, you have me a little speechless. I had an amazing interview with your executive producer, and I want to get more into your head. That's dedication, 20 years of work. Did you do anything in between that?
Oh, yeah. I've been making films for 30 years, and I made several films along the way while I was making this one. The last film is a film called Flying Confessions of a Free Woman, which is a 6-part series that was at Sundance Film Festival and on Sundance Channel. And I've made many work, yeah. I've been around for a long time. I'm an old filmmaker.
So tell us, okay, so this particular film that was a 20-year journey, do you feel it was a lot of sweat, tears, hard work?
I think it was a very frightening film to make because spiritual stories are very hard to tell because the spirit doesn't manifest externally. And of course, films tell best what can be seen on the outside, action, drama. So it took a long time before there was kind of a conduit for the spirit to be shown. And that turned out to be the story of the son, who rejected his reincarnation when he was younger and over 20 years began to accept it and actually have memories of his past life, go back to Tibet, and is reinstated in the monastery of his previous predecessor.
How did you find this film or these individuals? How did you find that 20 years ago?
Well, when I was in my 20s, I was on a real spiritual journey myself, and the father in the film became my teacher. I was born Jewish, but I am actually been practicing Tibetan Buddhism for about more than 20 years now, actually 24 years. And the father is still my teacher. So I got this amazing access to him because I took a sabbatical from filmmaking and was his secretary for a couple of years, traveling around the world. And while I was traveling with him, I thought, oh my God, here's this enormous opportunity. So I picked up a camera and started filming. And that was the beginning of the 20-year story.
Now, what's your take on reincarnation?
Well, I don't believe or not believe. As I get older, I've had certain memories myself about other experiences. Buddhism says that all matter continues, and we know from quantum physics now that nothing ever really dies. So energy lives forever once it's created. So the idea that the human beings will die completely is a kind of false concept. And the Buddhist idea is that the energy of the mind transfers to another vehicle, to another body. I couldn't have said a few years ago if that was true. Since then, I've had my own experiences that I think, okay, maybe I have lived before. And I think it's for every person. I don't want to proselytize reincarnation. It's just for every person to find out maybe life is richer and more complex than we think.
So this is great. You know why? Because it's the entertainment industry, and within that we have to slow down, think, and have a sense of who we are. I'd like to find out your style of filmmaking and your unique approach with, obviously you've been in the business for a while and you've been successful.
Sure. I think my approach is very informed by my spiritual practice. I mean, I try to show up and be present for my film subjects and create a safe space for them to reveal themselves. In the same way you're doing with me now, you're making contact with me, you're trying to be here and create our own little bubble in this world. And I do the same thing. I enter people's worlds and try to be open to find out what is there. and to show in film what the ordinary eye might not see if you just first look.
My father is a famous Tibetan master. He had to escape from Tibet. My father arrived to Italy and he had to start from zero. We don't have a real emotional relation, me and my father. He always treated me like the son of a master, not a father or son of any Italian family.
Very important background in India. The saying, my son is a reincarnation of my uncle.
Everybody says, that's the lucky of being a reincarnation, but I don't like to be not myself. I can't stand this situation.
Having children, having a family, having a career was an important wish.
I'm happy to be a normal, common father.
I am Tibetan and my culture is important for me. I must save my culture. Being present of time is very, very important. One day we notice surprise. Oh, this is the end of life. What I do now? What I did?
I start to have all these strange visions with water or light rays, memories about my death.
When I saw my father, he told me again, you have to go to Tibet because there are a lot of people there waiting for you. Old people know my last life. You have like a mission, no?
And it's always amazing and a blessing when you see women empowering and doing great things, especially here in the Hamptons. Now tell us about your film that's here.
My Reincarnation is a true story. It's a documentary that was shot over 20 years. It's a father-son story. It's about a master who escaped Tibet and moved to Italy, and he had a son and a daughter, and his son wants to have a real father-son relationship, but the father really wants him to be the son of a master. So it's a very interesting true story, father-son, that takes place in Italy and Tibet over 20 years.
That sounds great. Now, how did you get involved in this film?
About a year ago, I met Jennifer Fox, and she was just editing the film, and I'm a filmmaker, and I'm also a teacher of meditation for 30 years, transcendental meditation. So I'm very interested in being involved or making films about enlightenment, transformation, higher consciousness. So when I saw this film, I said, I want to get involved with this film and help this film get out.
You know, I like what you're saying, and I feel all the peaceful energies around you. With the internet and social networking and where the world is going, how do you think this affects meditation, since this is something that you're focused on as well?
Well, it affects it a lot, because people now, more than ever, are wanting to learn to meditate and go within, not just be affected by the ebbs and flows of life. As we know, people are losing jobs, people are having troubles in their lives, the high divorce rate. So this kind of technique that you do every day, I do it an hour and a half twice a day because I'm a teacher, really helps you deal with problems in the world, keeps you on an even keel. So that's why I want to promote in the world how you detach yourself from problems, how you realize the impermanence of life and not take yourself so seriously.
Well, I feel what you're saying. I feel it. I hope the audience feels it. And do you believe this film is going to make a difference in other individuals' life?
Definitely, definitely, definitely. I really feel that the way this film was made is so that a mass audience can understand what it really means to go within, what it really means to get to higher consciousness, what it really means to know that the body is just a temporary vehicle to live in and the consciousness goes on forever. So I really feel these principles will help people in the world today to be more relaxed and not take themselves so seriously.
Now, you're a filmmaker.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Yeah. I was in LA for 20 years making movies, a lot of big movies, you know, with Pacino, with De Niro. I started a company called Millennium Films. We would sell films all over the world to the whole market. I go to Cannes, I go to Milan, I go to the American film market. And I did that for about 20 years. 10 of those years I was selling films all over the world. Then I realized that I wanted to make films that make a difference. So about a year and a half ago, I aligned with David Lynch of the David Lynch Foundation, who's a very well-known filmmaker, to make films that are more enlightened, that have to do with meditation, yoga. And I went to Colombia, South America last year, and I made a film called Saving the Disposable Ones, which is a true story about a Catholic priest who takes kids off the streets, gets them off drugs, gives them meditation and yoga. And that's a film that'll open very soon around the country too.
I'm looking forward to seeing this, and it's just really an honor to meet an amazing woman who's had a great career. And for everyone listening, I hope you understand, we were talking to a lot of the filmmakers. Is it luck? Is it talent? Is it drive or great passion for the industry? So thanks for answering that question as well.
I really believe that it's not just luck, it's not just talent, because there's a lot of talented people out there that don't really make it in the entertainment industry. It's a very difficult industry. I believe more of it's destiny and karma. If you deserve the greatness or you deserve the good luck, it comes to you from past life karma. Just like this film is about reincarnation. If you have that deservability, you will reincarnate and have that kind of success.